The Benidorm Enthusiast here. For today's video, we're going to be talking about a scam which has cost our tourists extortionate amounts of money over the last few years, but should now finally be coming to an end. I'm talking about the pirate rip-off ATM machines. As you can see, the weather is pretty terrible today, but we're out braving it because we feel this is really important info for you guys to avoid you getting stung on your holidays. Over the last 5 years or so, we've seen ATM machines pop up on almost every corner around the streets of Benidorm. Machines that are not connected to any bank, but because of the abundance of them in the tourist areas, offer a convenient but expensive way of accessing your cash. Don't touch these machines, they are a rip-off, and it has now come to light that they're completely illegal as well. We did a video about this almost a year ago now, warning people against using them because of the high commission charges and terrible exchange rates they offer. If you want to have a look at that video, the link is in the video description below. The latest news on these machines is that they are in fact unlicensed. There are 3 companies which operate these pirate machines in the Benidorm area, and the City Council has now given them a month to dismantle and remove the machines, along with a €2,000 fine for each machine. Turns out they've been running these machines without licenses, without even declaring them, and without paying the municipal taxes for the occupation of the space they take up. 196 machines around Benidorm have been ordered to be removed, with the warning that if they don't, then bigger fines will be issued. The 3 companies which have installed these illegal cash points are Euronet with 137 machines, Cardtronics with 37 devices, and Euro Automatic Cash Entidad with another 22. These particular cash machines prey on the tourists with especially big commissions and ridiculously low exchange rates for those using cards from outside the EU. Obviously, with the high amount of British tourists that visit Benidorm, they've really been cashing in recently. They're dotted about almost everywhere, but I would imagine it's the ones in the nightlife and party areas that have really milked our tourists. When you've had a drink and you're having a good time, you understandably don't want that to stop sometimes, and are quite happy to pay whatever to get your hands on some more cash to keep the drinks flowing. Until the next day, of course, when you check your bank and realise that that one for the road, which seemed so necessary at the time, cost you probably 4 times as much as it should have, with the excess charges and shocking exchange rate applied when giving you your cash. Yeah. So how do you get your hands on your cash safely? Well, cash is still king in Benidorm, although some places do accept card payments and contactless along with cash. There are places which are still cash only. Bank charges are quite ridiculous here in Spain, I have to say, so a lot of businesses prefer to stick to cash to avoid the charges cutting into profit. I always say sort your money at the start of the day before any alcohol has passed your lips. Use the legitimate exchange shops like the ones in the indoor market and the Euro tobacco shops, or the bodegas, to swap your pounds to euros. I'll refer you again to our previous video on this subject here, where we showed where the good exchange places are. There are still a few scam places somehow still surviving in Benidorm, but if you click the link to our previous video in the description below, we show you which exchange services are good and where they are. Another bit of advice I'd give you is only take out with you the money that you'll need for that day. Obviously everybody's budget is different, but most tourists say 50 to 100 euros is enough for a good day here in Benidorm. But of course the amount that you'll need will depend on a few different things. If you're eating out or have your meals included in the hotel, if you're doing any trips or excursions or maybe some shopping, and also what you drink and how much of it you drink is a factor too. One thing's for sure, if you're changing or withdrawing £500 for your week's holiday, you definitely don't need to take that all out with you on your first day. If you are going to use cash machines, then the authorities always advise to use the ones which are connected to banks. Although the number of high street bank branches has declined in recent years here in Benidorm, the same as most places around the world, there are still enough around the resort to get your cash sorted. In the Rincon, there are a couple on the Avenida Ametlla de Mar. That's the main street that runs past the indoor market and the Red Lion 2 bar. The Avenida Mediterraneo, which runs parallel to the Levante beachfront, has a good few banks along it, and there are loads in the Old Town as well. It's not to say that these banks will be without charges, and some are more than others. The exact commission amount will depend on the particular card that you're using and what deals they have in place with the Spanish branches. But you should at least get a decent enough exchange rate. Unlike at the pirate machines, where the exchange rate offered for currencies outside the Eurozone is daylight robbery. Another benefit of using the bank's cash points is that if you have any problems and the machine takes your card, you can easily get it back by going into the branch inside whenever it's open. There's no option to do this with the pop-up ATMs. I don't even know where you would start trying to get your card back if it's swallowed by one of those machines. You could be left high and dry and without access to your money at all if it's eaten by these illegal machines. It's great news that Benidorm is finally tackling this problem. The proceedings against these dodgy cash points started way back in March last year, so it's fantastic news that progress has finally been made, which should see the end of this tourist scam for good. Let's hope the companies take note of the order and we'll start to see these machines disappear off the streets over the next few weeks. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope this video has been helpful and hopefully saved you a few quid on your next trip. Don't forget to check out our last video on the subject, which shows you where to change your money as well. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more tips on how to make the most out of your holiday and have the best time. And also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok at the Benidorm Enthusiast. Stay positive and stay safe.